going to do something, you might as well be obsessional about it, is what I say. Okay, so let's just run through our gentle warm-up, just to get the body moving, just to get the chi moving. Does that look slightly squint? Maybe I can just move that, adjust that a tiny bit. Okay. Okay, so you can either go through this physically or just sit and go through it in your mind, as it were. We're thinking about the core of our body first. We're bringing our mind to the very core of ourselves. So just think about your belly button. Find the space behind that, deep inside, the very center of the body. And then allow the center of the body to be what moves you. So test your back out. Gently look back over your shoulders, and then allow your body to drift to the front. Gently look back and come to the front. And do that a couple of times, just to sort of acclimatize, customize, see what your back's up to, what your hips are up to, what your knees are up to. And then you can gently release the body and turn. Okay, so we're just allowing the palms to open so they can tap gently onto the side of the body. And so with all of these exercises, you can do these in a micro form. You can do the full exercise. If you're feeling full of beans, you can do as much as you wish. But it's just about finding the level that suits you today. So as we open up our palms, we just let the hands gently tap onto the side of the body. You can feel that your forearm thumps gently against your liver. Forearm thumps gently against your spleen. And the back of the wrists tap gently against your kidneys, or perhaps just below your kidneys, I suppose. So this is the first aspect of this exercise. Well, I suppose the first aspect would be the physicality. Nice to turn the spine gently, nice to turn the shoulders gently, nice to get the elbows and wrists moving. But you can also feel that your knees move a little bit, hips, knees, and ankles. And then the second layer of it is this gentle thump that goes through the body. It's just about waking up the chi, getting the energy moving, a vibration. So this lower part of our body is like a drum. It has the diaphragm stretched across it like a drum skin. And as you tap on, you get this obliging sort of thump, thump, thump that goes through your body like a native Indian drum, American Indian, I guess I'm thinking of, creating this beautiful vibration through the body. Your body responds to vibration. And that's why we're going to do Dr. Pang's healing sounds. So just a little bit of a story about that is that when I studied medical Qigong, we had 6 healing sounds, one for each of the organs, and one sound that finished the whole thing off, that sort of rounded everything together. Dr. Pang has also got these 5 organ sounds and a sound that draws everything to a conclusion. So he has 6 healing sounds as well, but he's taken it a step further. And maybe I've taken it a step further after that, but anyway, we'll see about that. Dr. Pang took each of those sounds and drew it into 3 parts. So if you look at the sort of standard Chinese structure for most things, we have heaven, earth, and man placed in between. Or if you look inside the body, we have what's called the 3 treasures, the 3 burners. There's an awful lot of triples run throughout, and even when we look wider, we look at God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. If you look at Hinduism, I'm afraid I can't do any justice to the 3, but there are 3 main sort of gods that represent 3 exactly the same thing as in Christianity, essentially. And you find that featuring throughout every major religion, this kind of parts of 3. And so, yes, inside the body we have 3. Dr. Pang has 3 tones, and those tones relate to another aspect of Chinese medicine, which is called Jing, Qi, and Shen. So Jing, Qi, and Shen are slightly confusing because It's got chi in the middle, and you think, oh, well, that's chi. I know about chi. That means energy. But it's a slightly different variation when it's used as jing, qi, and shen. And so jing basically refers to the solidity of the body, the fluids in the body. Yeah, the sort of building block. Qi is the energy in that way, but it's not directly the same as the qi. I can't really give you a definition without going to a long, boring story, but it's the image that's always given is the sort of like water moving from ice into water and then into steam, if you like. And so Jing being the most solid, Qi being the next variation on that theme, and Shen being the sort of steam in the body, as it were, which may sound a bit weird, but that's just take that as being the case. And so Dr. Pang uses 3 different tones as well. He uses a tone which is a louder tone, which vibrates the physicality of the body. He moves into the middle tone, which is much more about the let's say the emotions of the body. And then the third tone, which is quieter again, generally quieter, is about the spiritual nature of your body. So we're looking at from low vibrations to high vibrations, I guess. Okay, so let's just move this to a second stage of the exercise. You can slow down a little bit and then you just make it a bit wider. Look back over your shoulder. So having researched Dr. Pang's tones, I then went back to my work with medical Qigong and looked for the similarities between the systems and found that Dr. Pang's system is based on the medical Qigong system. And I think that's probably because Dr. Pang trained in universities in China and probably developed the medical Qigong system along with thousands of other doctors. Was a contributor to it. And I think so that work is quite common in China, and I think that he would have been exposed to it. So I think his tones are a derivation of the basic medical Qigong tones that I learned. And then from that basic work that I learned, I drew in the notes which correlate to the tones. So if you want to get really, really if you want to get very granular about the whole thing, as I have done, which is my wont, I found myself a set of tuning forks so that I could actually, and if you could see my box of tuning forks from here, you'd see that they're written as lung, D, liver, E, heart, G maybe, kidneys A, and spleen must be C, I can't remember, but I know heart, oh dear, anyway, that's boring, yeah, spleen is C, and so each of those organs resounds, vibrates, if you like, to a particular tone. And I think that's why we get so much joy from singing as well. We've always sung around campfires for, since, since, I don't know, Neanderthals and before, I'm guessing. And so there's a sort of a great joy to be had in singing. And I think that's probably because we vibrate our bodies in such a way that we feel the sort of joy in the organs, quite literally, we hit the right note, as it were. And so, yeah, I took it to the nth degree and paired up the organs notes with Dr. Pang's work. And we can go even further as well, perhaps not today, but I noticed from my notes that Dr. Pang has a focus point in the body. So, for instance, when you're working with the heart tone, your focus point is on the chin. And I haven't quite figured out why that is yet. I'm thinking, has that got something to do with, yeah, but it doesn't matter. My theories about that. But also he has hand mudras, where you can actually squeeze a point on your hand while you're making the tone to amp everything up another degree as well. So yeah, let's let this whole exercise gently slow down. Slow, slow, slow. And it comes to a nice, easy stop. So that moves the chi around in our bodies. Let's just bring the chi back to a kind of balance point. So we gently lift the hands up. And then we gently draw the chi from our heads down deep into our chests, deep into the belly, where it resides. And then we can release the hands and let the chi gently flow on down back into the earth. So carry on with that. Do that probably 3 times is enough to bring balance about. Send the chi deep inside the core of your body. Really feel that it goes down to the depths of you, and then allow the whole thing to relax and flow. Okay, once more. Okay, so just as we're doing that, a note, if you can't manage standing the whole way through this, then it's fine to sit down. So often what I do, well, what I suggest people do, is just to put a sort of a straight back chair, like a dining room chair, behind you. And so you practice as long as you can. And then when you feel that you've had enough, you can just sit down and keep a nice straight back. So in the sitting posture, your lower back just tucks forward slightly. In the standing posture, your lower back goes backwards slightly. We tuck our tailbone forward and roll the lower back. So when we stand, we have a slightly tucked tailbone. But when we sit, it's slightly different. We have the reverse of that effectively. So if you decide that you want to just gently sit through these classes, there's no problem with that at all. But do try and keep a straight back rather than sort of collapsing. And hey, if you fall asleep, it doesn't matter. You're still in the chi field. Okay, so let's do some simple forward and back bends, forward, back, and side bends. Okay, so all we do is we just gently draw our hands up into the blue sky, stretch up and feel the spine open. And then with your arms and ears, you coordinate your arms and ears. So they go over at the same speed, just working on the nape of your neck. And then we allow the upper back to spill over into the middle back, into the lower back, and allow the body to hang and relax. Back of the neck, keep it nice and soft. So the top of the head is kind of flowing down towards the ground. Tuck the tummy in gently. Okay, so we make a little extension down towards the tips of our toes and release. And then in line with the roots of our toes, just gently extend towards that and release. Imagine a line between your insteps. Work gently towards that and release. And then back towards the heels. Nice deep bend, so that's as deep as you comfortably can go. And then release, relax, let the body hang. We have this method of getting ourselves upright. So you point your tailbone up into the blue sky behind you, then you swing your tailbone towards the front of the body, slowly start to roll the spine up, join your arms and ears together, and that just puts a little bit of extra stretch on the nape of the neck as you bring the hands up, and you come up to full height. Let's do some back bends then. So we just let our knees and hips move forwards as you lean backwards. And I put a little bit of side bend into these as well. So I go back for the first one. And the second one, as I go back, I just do a tiny little side bend as well, which just works on the kind of sciatic area and up. And then I'll go the other way and up. And then I'll go straight back again. So I sort of sandwich 2 side bends between 2 front and back bends, as it were. You don't have to do the sciatic bend if you don't want to. Okay, so left hand curls down. Allow the right side of your body to gently arc open. Right hand goes down. Let the left side of the body gently arc open. This is good for the spleen, stretching the spleen out. As we go down the left side, we gently open the liver. So as we go, bend to the left, we open the liver on the right. And then down on the right, we're kind of compressing our liver and opening up our spleen. So it's very good for the internal organs. Works with the kidneys as well around the back. They get a squeeze too. And then lift the hands up. Okay, so you've seen the whole thing. We're just going to repeat that through another 3 times. Okay, so stretch up into the blue sky, just operating the ears and arms at the same kind of level. Just arches the neck first. And then we roll into the upper back, middle back, lower back, and allow the body to hang and relax. Back of the neck is soft. Body hangs and relaxes here. Knees stay soft and bent. Okay, so extend gently towards the toes. And then release that bend. Imagine a line between the roots of your toes. So gently stretch towards that line. And release. Imagine a line between your insteps. So the bend gets gradually deeper each time. And release. And then back towards the heels, as deep as you comfortably can go.
Release, relax, body hangs. Remember the tailbone. Point the tailbone up behind you. Swing the tailbone towards the front of the body and assemble the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Arms and ears gather together and they come up as one piece. And stretch up into the blue sky. Great. Drift the knees and the hips softly forward as you lean back. Stretch up. You can do these left and right bends if you wish. Back and over to one side if you wish. And up. Or you can just go straight back. Back to the other side. And slight incline. And up. And then straight back. And up. Side bends. Left hand curls down. Right opens up. Down on the right hand side. Opening left. Down on the left. And down on the right. Good. Draw the hands up into the blue sky. Okay, so I do the last two sets with my legs straight. If you straighten the legs, it just gives you an extra hamstring stretch. So if you fancy doing that, you can straighten your legs, head and arms only. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Body hangs, legs stay straight. Just let the hamstrings gently open up the back of the leg. Tummy tucked, back of the neck relaxed. Extend softly towards the toes and release. In line with the roots of our toes. Release. Head towards the insteps. Release. And back towards the heels. And release. Body hangs and relaxes. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front. Roll the spine up. Head, arms, and ears gently gather up. Slowly bring yourself up to full height. Stretch. Knees and hips drift forward as you lean back. Up. Gently back. Up. And gently back. Up. And gently back. Hands up into the blue sky. Left hand bend. Gently down on the left. Down on the right. On the left. And on the right. Great. Last set then. Draw the hands into the blue sky. Head, arms, and ears tip over. Gently roll down as you keep your legs as straight as you can. Let the body hang and relax here. Extend softly towards the toes. Release. In line with the roots of our toes. Release. In line with our insteps. And release. In line with our heels. Body relaxed and hangs. Lift the tailbone up behind. Push the tailbone to the front of the body. Roll the spine up. Arms and ears gather as one. Gently draw up to full height. Stretch up to the blue sky. Release the knees and the hips gently forwards. You lean back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Draw the hands into the blue sky. Left hand gently curl down. Right side of the body opens. Down on the right. Left opens. On the left. And on the right. Draw the hands into the blue sky and just allow the hands to come over the crown of the head, flowing chi down through the body.
Feel that it's possible to stand in this torrent of chi as it pours through your body, healing every cell as it goes. Stretching up into the blue sky, just release the hands gently down the side of the body. As you release the hands down, it lowers the level of the chi in your body back down to the belly, lowers your blood pressure, gently down. This exercise is very good for lowering blood pressure. Lift the hands up and gently pour the hands down through the body, drawing the chi down, moving the chi deep inside. Focus the energy back into the belly. So when you feel dizzy, or if you have high blood pressure, the implication there is that the chi has moved the energy up in your body, moved it up towards your heart, moved it up towards your head. And so now we're imagining using chi hands to move that energy, chi fingers combing through the body to move that energy back down to the core of you where it should reside. So you can bring your attention for a moment to the belly and then let the hands relax. So it's not a complete flow all the way down. We stop at the belly just for a split second, gathering chi, moving the chi back into balance. Of course, if you've got low blood pressure, take it easy with this one. Focus deep into the core of the body. Let the hands relax. Okay, so let's just bring the hands onto the belly and just find a comfortable standing posture for a second or two. So the idea about the standing posture is that you just try and keep your knees slightly bent. Keep the tailbone a tiny bit moving towards the front of the body. This nice long straight spine. Your chin gently tucked back. Soft knees. So when we first start standing, it can be very painful on the soles of the feet. And so the idea is that you have to try and keep going for as long as you can. But there's no point in you feeling like your feet are burning and you can't concentrate on anything because they're so sore. You can always just give them a little shake out, get the blood flowing, and begin the process again. And essentially, you might need to do that 10 times during the first hour of standing, then maybe, 6 times, then 4 times, and eventually I'll talk about standing one day and you'll think, oh yeah, that used to happen to me. That stopped sometime and I don't remember when, so it just sort of goes. You get used to standing. But what's required is a little gentle perseverance. So it's terribly easy just to think, oh, I'll just sit down. But actually what you should do is just try and give yourself maybe, 2 more minutes of standing. When you come to the conclusion, it's time for me to sit down, stand for another couple of minutes and then sit down. Just say to yourself, right, okay, I will sit down, but I'm just going to wait for 2 minutes until I do it. And then sit down. And then by that means, you can gently expand your ability, slowly, bit by bit. Qigong is not a sprint, it's a lifelong habit. You often see that bumper sticker on the back of cars that say, dogs are not just for Christmas, that sort of thing. Well, it's exactly the same. Qigong's not just for Christmas. Qigong's for all year round, the whole of your life. So we develop a healthy habit of doing our Qigong. Even 15 minutes of warm-up every day before you go off to work or whatever is a fantastic way to start your day. That's what changed my life. I started doing 15 minutes of warm-up every day before I went to the city. And before long, I suddenly realized I didn't need my job in the city anymore. I felt bulletproof. I felt healthy and happy. I thought, God, this is toxic. I'm out of here. So that was how Qigong saved my life. Just get a little habit going. And I find the best thing to do is to do it first thing in the morning before you start doing anything at all. Before you even look at your phone, before you switch on a light switch, before you say hello to your partner, you just quietly do 15 minutes of Qigong and then everything looks better. Okay, so Dr. Pang has also got a thing called the 8 phrases. It's a standard Chinese poemic form, 8 lines, 4 characters per line. In the same way as in English we have limericks, although this is not quite as funny as that. It's different. It's serious, but it has 8 lines, 4 characters per line. And I think I'm going to sing it to you this morning. That just popped up. Okay, so it goes like this. Ding tian li di. Sing song yi chang. Wai jing ne jing. Shin chong mao gong. Yin yang bo chi. 神州太空，真与交替，就身融融，就身融融。就身融融。Feel that you can connect from your feet deep down into the earth. Feel you connect from your head up into the heavens, up into the blue sky. Blue sky chi pours down into your body. Earth chi surges up into your body, gathering deep behind your hands in the lower energy field. Let your whole body relax. Let your mind gently expand. If your body is tense, then nothing's going to work. So we really want to soften and relax the body. Your mind often feels like it's kind of trapped inside your head. When you let your mind relax, we take the pressure off it. We allow it to gently examine the body. Allow your mind to flow through your body. Just looking for blockages, pain. Just knowing that you can identify anything that looks peculiar. And I say looks as in your mind's eye as you scan through your body. You may expect to find something in one particular area, but you might find it in a completely different area. You might think, why does my, right knee look dark? Why don't we, why does there appear to be a shadow, in my, I don't know, liver or something like that? Don't worry, but energetically, your mind can sort of pick up cues inside your body. So when we let our mind relax and wander through the body, we can then think, okay, well, I didn't expect that, but I'm going to send some healing chi to it. You can imagine your mind, your body, like a lighthouse. And on top of the lighthouse is a beautiful lamp. And you can allow that light to shine anywhere deep inside your body. So why not turn this healing light onto a particular part of your body and allow that to be bathed in healing light? And then just gently take your mind away and bring it back perhaps to your belly, deep inside. We just bathe the area and then let it be. And so sometimes you find things you don't quite expect and you can bathe those. Why not? Doesn't matter. Send this chi love light round your body to heal. And then just bring your mind back into a gentle, neutral posture. There's no difference between outside and inside. So we feel very insular. But actually, you are just a chi being swimming through a beautiful chi soup. A little chi vegetable inside your wonderful chi soup. Everything is connected. Nothing is separate. So it's only the left logical side of our brain that makes us feel like we're separate. But the reality is that you are in the chi field. The chi field is in you. And when we allow our mind to scan through the inside of our body, we can pick up things from ourselves, but now allow your mind to scan outside of your body. Scan the space around you. Gently feel the chi space around you. Let's move out. Imagine the sort of chi city around you, or chi countryside, wherever you are. Imagine your chi county. Imagine your chi country. Imagine your chi continent. Go further than that. Imagine our beautiful blue planet, almost like a satellite view of our beautiful blue planet. Imagine the solar system. See our sun and the other planets, the galaxy, the Milky Way, the galaxy around us. Expand further. Feel the vastness of the universe. Feel yourself completely open and dissolved into the vastness of the universe. We've zoomed out our chi being into the universe. When you zoom yourself out to this extraordinary degree, the little problems of our life seem minute, just a moment in time and space, just a speck in the universe. When you see your problems from this perspective and you feel the enormity of the universe in you and you in it, then you realize the potential for healing yourself. We can let go of all of the issues and problems that we have. At the deepest level, feel all of your problems dissolve. Emotional problems, physical problems, perhaps even spiritual problems, who knows? Maybe some conundrum you have about your being. Just let everything dissolve. Intellectually, this is no longer the space. We're way beyond that. This is unthinkable, huge, all that there is, the vastness of the universe at your disposal. So Dr. Pang talks about this thing he calls Hunyuan Qi. It's the basic building block of our entire universe, the smallest indivisible bit of our universe. When you apply your intention, you can make these bits of the universe behave how you wish. And so let's draw back this extraordinary chi towards ourselves. We can think about moving back to the galaxies, to see the Milky Way, to find our beautiful solar system and place ourselves over our beautiful Earth. You can pause for a moment. Why not send some love back to the Earth, wherever you wish to send it, whomever, wherever. You can pour your loving chi back onto our beautiful blue planet. And then with all this vast energy, gently draw yourself back and find your continent and your county, your city, your countryside, wherever it is. Find your workspace and eventually bring all of this chi back into your body. Feel that you can fill every cell with this Hunyuan Qi. It's like fresh energy brought back to your body to allow your body to do whatever it needs to do. So we bring back these building blocks of Qi to heal our body, the physicality. But also we bring back fresh new information to our bodies. Imagine that you can find the original blueprint for your body, the original manual that tells you how to fix everything. Just know that you can bring this information back into your body, into your cells, into your DNA, and your body will respond to that. Your body knows how to heal itself. You just have to get your mind out of the way. So much of the problems that we create with our mind hold us stuck in place, like a butterfly pinned to a collector's board. Remove the pin. Allow yourself to be the butterfly once more. We know these lovely stories about butterflies and how they come from caterpillars into their pupae, is that the right word? And inside, they turn into butterfly soup. There's nothing left of the butterfly inside, just a kind of an extraordinary imaginal soup, as it were. And one little cell starts the change, and eventually they break out and become a beautiful butterfly. Same inside you. We allow ourselves to turn back into that kind of soup of the universe, if you like, and then we use the blueprint to rebuild our bodies in a completely new and perfect, healed way. So just allow yourself to let go at the deepest level and allow yourself to draw this chi back into your body. There's one last layer to Dr. Pang's 8 phrases, which is allow yourself to connect as a group. So in Qigong, we say no time, no space, because we can all connect into the chi field. This is Dr. Pang's, one of his major kind of findings, major ideas. The idea that we can all gather together, if you like, at the same frequency, the same wavelength, the same whatever, and we can all come together, sharing information. So the point is that someone in the chi field, of the hundreds of millions of people who do Zheneng Qigong around the world, of all of the teachers of Dr. Pang, everybody in this chi field, someone has got the great healing information that you need. But don't forget, you can give them your healing information too. So we have this wonderful support feeling, this group. Just when you think you're alone, just when you think there's nobody else can help you, just remember your chi family, people in the chi field who connect in the same way as we're doing now, every day, drawing deep into this chi field, maturing this chi field with fantastic information that heals you and heals me. I'm in this chi field with you, you with me. We're all connected to the wider Zheneng diaspora. So feel your chi family. Feel the good information in your body. Know that you can heal yourself. Okay. So if your hands have wandered off your body, you can always bring them back to the belly. It's nice to just bring them back into the center. If they're still there, that's fine. Holding the belly button, it really sort of gathers energy. And so that, last segment there is basically Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. I mean, he's fitted 8 lines, 4 characters, and it took me about a quarter of an hour to get around the ideas embedded in. Beauty of Chinese and that beautiful pictorial thinking. They can put across ideas so easily. But for us Westerners, it takes a lot more time to delve into what the 8 phrases might really mean for us, what it can do for us. So before you practice, you bring yourself into this chi state where you feel relaxed, you feel open, you feel at one with the universe. You feel that you can heal. Okay, so we can begin our 5 organ sounds from Dr. Pang. Just a little background to that. Each organ in your body has a season. And that's where we become destabilized for the first time, because you say, oh no, there are 4 seasons. But actually in Chinese there are 5. Summer is split into 2 parts, as we often do as well. There's kind of the heat of summer, then there's late summer, Indian summer. And so that's where they see a 5th season. And each of those 5 seasons relates to an organ. So after the 4th or 5th of February, we move into Chinese springtime. And so that's when your liver is asked to do the most amount of work during springtime. Liver, the color of the liver is green. So we think of green shoots, green grass popping up, green leaves bursting out. So you make your liver feel better by imagining it gently glowing green. You can have your hands on your liver. You can gently rub your liver. You can just have your hands in front of your liver or just touching your liver. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you choose to do, whatever feels right for you. And the liver has 3 tones, as mentioned before. The first tone is tu, which is a kind of spitting noise. Very strange. And so you're actually spitting out two, 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 two for a whole breath. And as you say two, tu, it makes your diaphragm jump, and you'll feel that little stimulation over the liver. Two, two, two. The whole part of the body jumps. So we take our first breath in and we spit out two, 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 two. And then we move on to the second tone, which is a breath in, and then we say ju, and then we say ling. So J-U in Chinese, and ling, L-I-N-G, ju ling. Two, 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 ju ling. To a D, would you believe? Your liver likes a D. Must be some joke about vitamin D there, but anyway, let's not go down that road. Okay, so 222, Juling. And when you get to the ling, you can let the NG part gently kind of vibrate and hum inside your body. So it's Ju, and then you get that ling is open, and then and it kind of hums inside. Okay, so let's run through. We'll go through the liver tone maybe 9 times because it's liver time, springtime. Let's really, really push the liver energy. We'll do 6 of everything else and maybe 9 of the liver. Okay, so first part 2. So breathe in. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Take another breath in. Ju and ling. I might try going down an octave. I feel the liver could do something a bit deeper than that. Yeah, perhaps. Okay, so breathing in, 2 first. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Breathing in. Another breath. Breathing in for 2. Breathing in for Juling. Breathe in. 2. Breathe in. Juling. Okay, I've lost count. We'll do another 3. Breathe in. Couple more. Breathing in. Breathing in. more time. Breathing in for 2. And once again, breathing in. Gentle breathing. Just gently rub the liver, perhaps. You can imagine your liver glowing green, totally healthy. So liver is the home of anger as its negative emotion. We just see anger fading away, and in its place, compassion and kindness well up to allow all of the anger to dissipate, and the compassion and the kindness swelling in. Lovely. Let the hands relax down. Okay, just a little note on that NG at the end, and it turns up quite a lot in this set. NG. And so what you could do with that eng tone is that you can start with, let's say, ling. You can start ling. Mouth is quite wide open. There's a big space in the back of your mouth. Le. And then you start, and your mouth starts to close inside. And then eventually, your mouth, I think that what's happened is the soft palate, and that's the top of the mouth, and the sort of the tongue has raised up and the mouth is gently closed inside. So you can almost kind of manipulate the tone by opening your mouth at ling, and then by the time you've finished, the inside of your mouth is kind of closed, and so it becomes a very sort of deep hum. So just try saying ling. So take a breath in. It's not the lips stay more or less the same. It's the back of the mouth that changes, the shape of the mouth at the back. Sorry, we'll probably have to take another breath in now. So take another breath in. Ling. So you can go, I mean, there's a small movement to the outside of the mouth, clearly, but it can be a sort of an open tone that eventually goes deep inside to a hum in your chest. Okay, so we move from spring, we move into summer. Summer is the heart element, and that's red. And you can imagine heart, beautiful red glow around your heart. And so you can have your hands on your heart. And sometimes when you do these tones, you'll actually feel your heart vibrate, which is lovely. Or you can have the hands just gently sitting in front of the heart. It doesn't really matter. The hands can be on the belly, and you're just thinking about your heart. So whatever seems right to you. And sometimes, with the medical Qigong ones, we used to actually massage the organ while we were making the sounds. But yeah, it's up to you as to what you do with that. So the heart tone is set into 3 separate breaths. The heart is the one where we really go most gently on the final tone. And the final tone is shing, S-H-I-N-G. Sorry, S-H-I-N-G. It's an X in Chinese. Shing, S-H-I-N-G. So the first tone we use is shin, like the English word shin. And we say shin. And we pause. And the next one is shi ang. Shi ang. And the last one's a bit more quiet. It's just this little shing. Shing. So we can go from quite a bold tone into a kind of medium tone and then drop down into a quieter tone. The heart apparently responds to a G. Oh, it's lovely. I feel like I might put it on my heart. Okay, shin. So we do shin, xiang, and shing. I'll tell you each tone as we go along. Don't worry. Take a breath in for shin then. Shin. Breath in for xiang. Xiang. Breath in for Shing. A little bit more delicate on Shing. Breath in for Shin. Shin. Breath in for Xiang. Gentle breath for Xing. Breath for Shin. Shin. Xiang. Gentle breath for Xing. Breathe in for Shin. Xiang. Xing. Delicately massage. So just a couple little notes. You can do some self-diagnosis here. If you find a tone that you find really difficult to follow, then perhaps that's one of the weakest ones. Perhaps a good tone for you to concentrate on. So as we go through, you can judge each set of tones and think, okay, I got through those heart tones, they didn't seem to be bad. I got through that liver tone, that didn't seem to be bad. But if you're suddenly finding yourself spluttering, the note is breaking, so you say she, it doesn't quite work out or whatever, you might just take that as being a slight indication that that could be a tone that you could work with a little bit more. And so in the same way as we did with the liver, we gave the liver 9 tones and the heart 6 tones. You could find your own personal sort of Achilles heel and then work more specifically with that. Or you might just think to yourself, yeah, definitely the liver tone was bad for me. I couldn't quite make it all sound through. So I'm just going to do it, 6 times a day. I'm just going to think to myself at lunchtime, put a note on the fridge, sing the liver tone. That's what yes, okay, that's an insight into my life. Okay, so as we move from our springtime liver, summertime heart, late summer spleen. Spleen sits on the left-hand side, just under your left ribs. It's seen as being like a twin of the liver. In some Chinese systems, they see them as being kind of like, children separated at birth, and they have very sort of similar functions energetically. So, and they kind of mirror each other left and right, albeit spleen quite a lot smaller. But you can just sort of massage the left-hand side of your ribs, if you like, and hold the hands there. The color that the spleen responds to is, I'm sorry, I just remembered the one thing I wanted to say about the heart was that the aspect of the heart that the emotional aspect of the heart would be things like giddiness, instability, and at its most extreme, hatred. And then as we work away with our heart tone, we start to open the heart up. And of course, love expands at that moment. Your heart opens and happiness kind of arises in your body. So we get an openness, we get joy, we get love, and we get happiness arising. And then all sort of hatred and this kind of giddiness and instability. And I think we all probably know people who are kind of, oh, just a bit sort of crazy, a bit kind of like, yeah, giddiness is a sort of an old-fashioned word, but it's a kind of an idea like, of course, we get it from horses, don't we? Horses are a bit kind of, woof, a bit crazy like that. And we know people like that. So that kind of tendency towards speaking too much, speaking too quickly, interjecting when you shouldn't, but also giddiness of thought and things like that, instability of thought, those can all be calmed down by settling the heart with these beautiful tones, and in its place, joy, happiness, and openness arrives. And so back to our lovely little spleen, sorry to leave the spleen on its own. What I wanted to say was that spleen is very much about trust, but it's also about worry. And if you find yourself as being someone who constantly overthinks things, who chews thoughts over all the time, what should I do? Should I do this? I wonder what happens if I do this, blah, 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 and it goes on in your head, then this is a spleen aspect. And the more we work with the spleen, the more we can calm the spleen, the more we can calm worry, the more our trust builds inside us, and the ruminations subside. So spleen, left-hand side, massage it, its color is yellow. And so we can think of spleen being at harvest time. And so things that come into that are corn on the cob, ripe corn, olive oil, honey, beautiful colors like that. We're talking about sort of harvest colors. And so you can imagine sort of ochre yellows. I'm not sure if ochre is quite right, but yellows that stimulate your spleen. And we stimulate the spleen by saying three tones. The first two are kind of melded into each gang. Yeah, sorry, gang fu, gang fu. They come as one breath, and you change halfway through. You mold gang into fu. So gang fu. And then you take a second breath in and you say Zhong. So that's this kind of Chinese letter, which is, it's in English, we put D and J together, like Django, to get that kind of J idea, D, J. So it's Zhong, Gang Fu, Zhong, Gang Fu, Zhong. To the letter C, spleen is earth. Now, does my kit come with a C at the other end? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. I was hoping it might have a lower C for me. C, B, C. So let's see. Gang, gang, fu, jong. It seems obvious to me that when we look at the five elements, very often they're done in a circle, leading one to each, but also they're often described as four elements, and the center part of that as being the center, being the earth. And it strikes me as being very obvious that the earth would be C. It seems like sort of in the center of a keyboard, that it seems the kind of, the note, the cardinal note, as it were, and that is the core of our essence, the earth essence in us. We sort of come from the earth. Okay, so let's hold our spleens, or perhaps have our hands in front of the spleen, or think about the spleen, whatever suits you best. Gang fu, and then breathe, and then jong. And jong can be this opening, oh, and then the closing. Okay, take a breath in, gang fu. Gang fu. Gentle breath in. Jong. Jong. So with the above tones as well, it's stronger in the first two, gets slightly gentler as we get to the third tone. So breathing in for Gang Fu. Gang Fu. Breathing in for John. Yawn. Breathing in. Gang fu. Gang fu. Breathing in for John. Breathing in. Gang fu. Breathing in for John. So you can hold your spleen, imagine your spleen glowing, filled with chi, everything working well in the spleen. Trust gathering, worries subsiding, tendency to ruminate disappears. Okay, and finally, we have our kidneys. Last but not least, kidneys have got a strange tone as well. They start by saying, like a cough. It's like EH exclamation mark in English, eh. But you sort of cough it out. You say, for one breath. And again, same idea with the diaphragm. Each makes the kidneys jump. They just literally jump up and down. So we say, coughing out one breath. And then it's got you, ying. So yu, you, and then ying. Ying, going inside. Kidneys, they like an A, apparently. Ying, ying, you, ying, you, ying. Okay, so have your hands on your kidneys if you wish, but kidneys are all about fear. So we're just going to let our fear dissolve. And of course, when the fear goes away, you can suddenly see the world for the truth that it is. So your wisdom is uncovered. So allow the fear, just like a mirage, to gently dissolve and disappear. And in its place comes your inner deep wisdom. You ying. So I think kidneys need a higher tone. I don't know why. You ying. Okay. The last thing I was going to say was that if you're one of these people who they call tone deaf, and I think there's only something like 2% of the entire population who can't hit a note, but it's just about our childhood and our training. So if you're someone who's tone deaf, you can actually train yourself to hit perfect notes. But if you find that the note I'm using is too high or too low, then you just find the note that works for you, and it doesn't matter what it sounds like. If it sounds right to you, then it's perfect for your body. You don't have to be an opera singer or anything to make this work. You find the tone that works for you and just stick with it. And sometimes you have to move up and down. You ying, you ying. In fact, I might go down. Possibly, I'll try the low one. Okay, so don't be afraid to kind of move up and down the scale, find something that fits you. You can have your hands on the front and imagine your kidneys, or you could have your hands on the back and hold your kidneys. Up to you. Breathe in. First. Makes me laugh. Breathe in. Breathing in. All fear dissolves, wisdom arises, breathing deep. for eh. Two more times. Breathe in for eh. Final time, breathing in. Breath in. Gently massage the kidneys. Imagine your kidneys glowing. We didn't mention a color for kidneys, sorry. Blue, dark blue, black, velvety black. Lovely, cool, dark colors for the kidneys, keeping your kidneys warm, the water element, like the deep, deep sea. All fear disappears, and in its place, your wisdom arises. Lovely. Okay, so we finish off, we're just going to say Qing, Qing, Qing. We just say Qing a few times, and that just sort of rounds everything off and brings it back together again. So gently breathe in. Qing. 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 Two more. Last one. If your hands aren't already on the belly, just draw them back to the belly. Let's circle around the belly anti-clockwise. 3 lovely circles around the belly. As we go round, it draws any excess chi deep into the belly here for storage, to keep it there for when you next need it. Holds the excess energy deep inside the core of you. And then we can take our circle 3 times the opposite direction. Circle, if you're going the wrong way, it doesn't matter, don't panic. 3 circles the opposite direction just sends a message to your body. End of our practice, we've finished, we're coming to a stop, we're holding all this chi inside, but we're kind of returning ourselves to daily mode, if you like. Okay, so we bring ourselves back into our body, we kind of re-inhabit our chi body, we bring ourselves back into our physicality just by doing those circles. As you stand here, imagine your Wei Chi layer. Okay, so Wei Chi is about 1 inch or 2 inches around your skin, around the whole of your body. It's like an energetic force field around your body. Wei Chi protects you. It has this incredible, it's like a sort of another layer to your skin, this vast protective shield around your body. So Wei Chi, the stronger our Wei Chi, the more we're protected from, emotional things that we don't want, from viruses, from bacteria. We have this wonderful kind of outer shield, glowing energy, keeping us safe. And then round that, your chi body, about 1 meter in front of you, 1 meter behind, left, right, up, down, this beautiful bubble of chi protects you, but it also connects you as well. So just as you stand here, visualize yourself, every cell in your body working well, every cell in your body perfect working order. Every muscle, every tendon returns to perfect working order. Sometimes your body takes a little bit longer to respond, but we set the intention, we set the energy in motion, and slowly your body goes, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And so it slowly starts to heal itself. Sometimes your body heals spontaneously, instantly, in a moment. Sometimes takes a little longer, but be patient. Every step, step by step on your journey, a healing step forward. You, perfect working order, your body healthy and well. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly release your hands to the sides. We can wiggle our fingers, move our toes a little bit. If you need to stretch out anything, you can have a little stretch. And then we finish off by saying Hao La. So Hao La is Chinese for everything is good already. Everything is already sorted. So we've set it in motion, and now we declare Hao La, that everything is fixed. And so if you'd like to unmute yourselves, you can join in as well. And all we do is I count 1, 2. We put our hands up in the air and we shout Hao La. Okay, so we'll do it 3 times. Hands up in the air. 1, 2. Hao La. 1, 2. Hao La. 1, 2. Hao La. Fantastic. We've got a little salute for each other. You use your right hand and it just palm up. Left hand sits on top, and then you draw your fingers together and put your thumbs onto the top and the bottom. That's, I mean, Buddhists always do this, and Taoists have a sort of thing like this, but we do this drawing the fingers together, and this is the Zheneng Qigong salute. Thank you very much for being here today, guys. Really lovely to work with you. I'm going to put this up online, and then you can share it with your friends. That would be wonderful too. And have a lovely day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Joe.